and
Yeah.
trying to get my weight back down, like at a
Mm-hmm.
healthy, stable area,
Yeah.
so I could feel good, feel fit. But I got engaged, man, and just been
What?
chilling. And
Yo.
yeah,
Oh my God. How does that feel, bro?
yeah, man, it's a long time coming, I guess you could
I'm
say.
coming. Yeah.
So, but
Absolutely.
it's good.
Absolutely, bro. I'm proud of you, man. Again, that's a whole step, man. That's a whole step.
I know, man. And I recently just put in the offer to a duplex that I'm gonna. Oh, and I gotta live on one side for like a year, but I'm renting out the other side, and then after a year, it's gonna be something that helps like cash flow for me. So just doing that and just getting into more investing and
Hmm.
setting myself up, man. You know how it is.
Bro. I know, man, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of what you got going on. Bro, thank you for your patience too about the interview. I have not forgot about it. I'm definitely gonna push it out. I've been switching up so many different things. Like literally,
I thought
that's
good.
been the yeah, that's been the whole thing. But I wanted to make sure I let you know that, man. It's just been crazy stuff with this whole figuring out how to expand this whole brand. But I'm proud of you, man. You have a lot of things going on, and again, man, on top of that, you have a fiance now. Like that's huge.
Yeah, man. It's been a lot of changes, but a lot of good changes. How about you? How have you been?
Man, the same, bro. The same. I mean, again, just other than focusing on the brand itself, man, it's just been a lot of meeting new people, focusing more on the mental health. You know, I think that's kind of been the main thing, making sure my mental is good, but also making sure people around me are good. You know, life can throw a lot
Yeah.
of things at you, man. I was in a recent car accident, even like the car flipped like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, man, like that was probably the biggest thing that happened to me recently. Yeah, yeah. But
I'm glad you're
bro,
glad you're good, man.
yeah, I'm good, bro. The car was totaled, man. We literally, got T-boned. The car flipped again 3, 4 times, spinning at the same time, and bro, I came out without a scratch. Like literally no scratch, nothing was wrong with me. Even my glasses were okay. So it was truly, man, a miracle from God, bro. Truly,
Yeah, that is, man. That's wow.
truly.
I'll go into the man upstairs.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So that's why I had to, again, just refocus myself, man, and make sure I take every day with gratitude, man. Being grateful for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But other than that, everything is good, man. I know today, again, we're gonna contribute this call to the Let's Just Talk Sports group because, bro, I gotta know your thoughts, man. I gotta know your thoughts. It's official. I didn't see it coming. I really didn't see him joining. Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be. Did you see it coming? Let me ask you that.
I saw maybe ESPN, but first take. Well, here's the deal: that he has to go to something bigger, right? Because him and Skip had something great. Like I'd like to say it's something. I've watched them more than I did first take,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
especially when Stephen A. got rid of Max Kellerman. Like it was like, man, what is this?
Yeah.
Stephen
What?
A. I mean, I like Stephen A. He says a lot of good things. He's very articulate,
Yeah.
and he's Showtime. He's all about clicks,
Yeah.
views. He's extra. I love it,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to sports and it's in the morning. He's very energetic. He brings the energy.
Very.
But when you get rid of guys that compliment you like that, you're you're kind of ruining it and
Bro.
diluting it a little bit.
We're on TikTok live too, man. Just letting you know I'm setting that up over here. But yeah, man.
Okay.
That's I don't understand what happened between Stephen A and Max Kellerman. What was that about, bro?
I don't know, man. A lot of people have different speculations. They said it was because of how he was starting to become a bigger star. I mean, there's a lot of speculations. He was hating on him. He hadn't put in his time like Stephen A. did, and when you're in that position, it's like, okay, you're becoming a bigger household name.
Yeah.
I put in my time with Skip, and this is my show now. I'm running everything, but now everybody's talking about you and the views and the comments on social media are about Max Kellerman. I got to get rid of this guy because it's my show. And I'm doing the things why I did. And then the rotation of different characters, or not characters, of different, I shouldn't say characters, but I mean, they kind of are in a way. But
Mm-hmm.
the rotation of different, like, segments they have works great for him. He has a person for basketball. Was it JJ Redditt?
Yep. Did you read it? Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he has,
Wasn't it
Ryan
wasn't
Clark
yeah, Ryan
for
Clark?
football.
The guy Jalen Rose, right? Wasn't he had a segment, I think, at some
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
well, he did.
He did. The layoffs, bro. That was even crazy.
That was weird.
Weird. Weird. But again, they were bringing in the guy that owns his own podcast, right? He's I think it was a ex-pro football player. I forgot his name. But he has his own podcast now, and ESPN gave him his own show, and he signed like a what $300 million contract, something like that.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pat McAfee's a character too, and I could see why they brought him in, but like to get rid of all those guys for one, I mean, he better put up some good numbers. He better be bringing in a whole audience, a different audience that you weren't attracting to, because
those are people's lives, man. You know, you're literally cutting off people's livelihood for one guy.
Yeah. And then they had Keyshawn Johnson at FS1 now. So that's a different dynamic, and we'll probably touch base on that new dynamic. I don't know if you saw today how they all interacted. I haven't watched it all completely.
I haven't watched it all. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've seen clips, but I haven't seen it all. But it looks interesting. I mean, I like the personalities they brought in, but it almost seems like it's a little bit too much at the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is it, like 3-4 guys now? 3 guys?
Yeah, you have Skip, Richard Sherman, Keyshawn Johnson, and Michael Irvin, playmaker.
Playmaker. Wow, man. Yeah, that's a lot of
personalities.
That's a lot of personalities, bro. and again,
good luck getting the word in.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like good luck getting the word in.
Good luck getting, bro. It's truly unique how it all started, how it all happened. Again, I did want to play a clip because again, I'm gonna post this on YouTube, but I want to play a kind of like a clip. So let me know if you can see my screen right quick. But I just want to, again, it's like few second clip. It's a lot, bro. This is where the debate, I guess, like the whole theory around why he left started, right? But you were saying you felt like that probably wasn't the case, right? You felt like it was just.
I think that's been stirring up for a long time. If you watch the show on a consistent basis, they've had times like that before. Mm-hmm. Not ones that stuck out so personal, but they've had times like that before. You got to understand, these guys get up together. They walk in at 2:00 in the morning.
Exactly, yeah.
Just to prep up for this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're agitated. I've worked with this guy he's talking about the same thing. I hear about Tom Brady the last how many years they worked together. I've heard about the Cowboys for how long. Like, yeah, I'd be sick of that shit too. Like, but the thing is like, I don't think it was so much that everybody thinks, oh, that's what started, and then the DeMar Hamlin situation, and that's what drove him out. No, this has been building up. This is two big time egos and two stubbornness personalities clashing, and it showed worse. Yes, and these situations did not help, and it made it worse. But I don't think that was the beginning of it. No way. It's been brewing up for years.
Exactly. Let me ask you this question: which one, again, for the people who don't know you and don't know your perspective, which show was your favorite? Again, I know you mentioned it, but you said First Take over Undisputed, and then why? Which one did you lean more towards?
I learned. It just depends on the time, man. I mean, like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. when they were together, it was crazy. They did.
Yeah.
I mean, that show was entertaining. When they had Will Kane come in, they had guys that would get that show popping off. And then the guests, whenever they brought professionals in, and it just seemed like it flowed well together. But after I would tune into Skip and Shannon, and then I started to watch them more after they were together for a year. They got it.
Yeah.
I felt like the chemistry was better. The debates, this is not a lot of people like to think of these shows as going up there and just saying it's your opinion, but it's more than that.
It's more than that.
It's a debate show. Mm-hmm. It's a debate show. They don't understand. You have to have your facts. You have to have your stats. You have to have your names. You have to have the times, the years. Everything's got to be on point for you to not look like an idiot on national TV. So, yeah, I think that it was going to happen. It just happened to happen this year a little bit more showed. And the clashes became more personal. But, yeah, that's been brewing up for years.
So, I love that, man, because, again, I'm pretty sure you may get some comments here with people maybe agreeing, disagreeing. But I think what you said is good. Like you said, it's a matter of building up. It's a matter of, I've been working with this guy for years. It's a matter of, we walk in here at 2 a.m. rehearsing the same thing,
every day.
every day. So I truly think that you have a point when you say that, because I even take note at how Shannon left. He didn't seem to have left, or remember when he recorded his last video, it wasn't out of bitterness. It seemed like he was very grateful.
But he paid his way out, didn't he?
It did. I think he did pay his way out. Yeah, he broke the contract, right?
So he paid his way out. I mean, maybe as time goes on, we'll hear a little bit more. His podcast. I figured by now, if it was so bad, he would have said something on his podcast.
I agree.
But, I mean, they know that they have, the social media and everything else. Like, word gets out quick, or somebody in the building would have said something that made it a little bit more. People can't keep their mouth shut. There's no way. The NFL, they never do. This TV is no different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, stuff may come out later on that we may not know about, and everybody is secret about it. But
yeah,
I think that has been brewing up for a while, and it was just those points started to hit a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And then you're fed up after a while. He's taking off his glasses, and people even looked at like, oh, look how he talked to him when he told him to put his glasses back
I saw
on.
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah. But they spend all this time together. They spend holidays together. So they probably was talking to him like he was his boy, but
his boy, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was a deeper level than what I think. But
I love it, bro. I love your perspective. You're giving both sides of the coin, and I think a lot of people were leaning at the, like you said. I think some people even pulled the race card. Even they were kind of just like, oh man, he's It's like you said, he probably just looked at him as his boy. It was somebody that they ate together, had things together, family knew each other. Yeah.
Yeah. But you never know. I mean, maybe it could be. Maybe Skip looked at him as a below him type of thing, because he brought him in. He gave him a shot. But no, he personally handpicked him. So, if it wasn't like after they started popping off that he was ready to get rid of them. It's not like when he became a bigger name and, everybody on social media, because like I said, we all read the comments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Famous people in football players, they all read the comments on Twitter and TikTok. They read all that. So they know that Shannon was starting to become a real bigger name.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, we all know him as Unc. So
Unc, exactly. Shay. That's what we know. You're right.
Shay, Unc, and so. Yeah, he didn't. It's not like he tried to push him out the door at that time.
Right, exactly.
But maybe in the sense of him trying to defend Tom Brady, if it was that important and he needed to let him know, I guess he tried to belittle him at the time. But I don't know. What do you think about that situation? You think that's what started it off?
Yeah, man. I think it's the same as you. I think you can't really tell. Maybe we'll know more as the time progresses. Maybe I feel like you definitely can't hide jealousy. So if Skip was jealous that Shannon was rising above him, again, LeBron literally at one of the games came up to him and dapped him up and embraced him and was just like, man, they were showing up at certain events together. Like, yet Shannon literally became bigger than Skip. We just got to be honest with that. Even his show, right?
Yeah,
his podcast, Club Shay Shay. That thing is like compared to Skip's, it doesn't compare.
Oh, it's doing numbers.
It's doing numbers.
And he gets all types of guests on there. I mean, he gets artists, he gets ball players, he gets a little bit of everybody in there. So.
Man, he didn't have to really get an ESPN, like just on his own brand deals and his brand. That's why I'm trying to do this. Like, this stuff, people are making livings off of this stuff now, bro. Like YouTube and all.
Yeah, it's crazy. And especially if you're a Hall of Famer in the National Football League, like you have stuff to set yourself up later on in life. Mm-hmm. You have connections. You have all sorts of ways to go about it. So, yeah, I mean, I think that it'll be interesting to see how it all turns out. But I'm excited to see.
I'm excited.
It's going to be exciting to see
Stephen A. Yeah,
Stephen A. And Shannon. But I think we'll see. I mean, it's going to resolve around the same thing. He might Max Kellerman him.
But I just don't. I feel like. I definitely feel like Max Kellerman and Stephen A. had chemistry, but I just feel like Stephen A. and Shannon, bro, those are just two big egos. I just feel like I don't know. How do you think that will work in one room, man, in one set? Can that work?
Yeah, I think it could work.
Okay.
It's just that they have to go about it. They have to hit a hell of a nail in the coffin to get it going. But I think it's gonna take a year. It's definitely
Yeah.
gonna take a year.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't feel like they're definitely not two guys that just roll over. So we will get a show. We will get a debate. We will get, entertainment from this. We will. And I think it's going to do numbers as well. I just feel like, at the same time, these are two guys that are Stephen A actually has his own podcast now. And so that's a whole nother thing. They're all branching out. So it's kind of like, how will this take place? Will they all amass such a following to the point to where ESPN may go out of business. They may eventually all leave. And it's like, you know what? I'm starting my own stuff. Like, why do I need to stay here?
What the thing about ESPN is, I don't think that they're so much hurting because they have the name. Like ESPN's
They have the name.
got the name.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes them appealing, especially to Shannon Sharp, is like, oh, I could be on ESPN. I was already there before, but I would pop in from time to time on random shows. I'm going to headline, and I think it's like Mondays and Tuesdays or certain days. He's going to headline with Stephen A. And it's going to be their show. But when you get an opportunity to name brand like that on ESPN, I mean, that's what we don't think about Fox. At least we didn't.
That's true.
Up until a few years ago. Fox wasn't really something I tuned into to watch sports. Not until Skip went there. I'll be honest. So, I mean, I'd seen other names on there, like Brandon Marshall was there for a while, so I'd tune into when he was on there for a while, but
yeah,
not until he got there.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree, man. I think Fox was definitely not even in question before, like you said, Skip and Shannon, and then Skip choosing the right person, because again, it could go either way. I think Lil Wayne is actually going to be on Undisputed more often now. What do you feel about? That, man? Is. What do you feel about that?
I don't know, man. I've seen this man wear like 20 different jerseys in my lifetime. So, no, I think it'll be good, man. It'll just him and Skip. You hear Skip talk about him and his relationship with Lil Wayne all the time. So we're actually going to see what that's like firsthand.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's going to be
I think it'll be interesting to see.
It really is. It really is. He knows. Lil Wayne knows his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I just need Richard Sherman one time to say I'm better at life than you to Skip Bayless. Just one time for old time's sake. I just need it one time. That's it.
Yo, him and Jalen Rose had a few at some point too. I would love to see that mix come back.
Yeah. What did he call him?
It was something he alluded to. Yeah, he alluded to
it was. I gotta look this up.
I know. I forgot. It was something he alluded to. I think something like how many points he scored in a game at some point, or I guess his position at some point, and then he kind of can't clash back with, I think, Skip not even ever playing the sport or something like that, or something. It was personal. They both never, I think, had an interview together.
Yeah. Man, hang on. This is bugging me.
I know, man.
But it was.
It was personal.
Something. It started with a P, man. It was.
I know. I forgot. It was a minute since I looked it up. Because I think from that moment forth, Jalen Rose said he never liked him after the Shannon Sharp and Skip argument or debate, that viral video.
Yeah, because he averaged 1.4 points per game as a senior. Hold on, we're getting closer to it.
I know, man. You're digging it up, bro. You're digging it up.
I know. It's gonna bug me until I find it.
Yeah. Let me see. I think I got the video. I looked it up a while back. Okay, here. I think this is it.
Could we have been somebody else? If you'd taken a right turn
Oh, did you find it? It sounded like you found it. Yeah.
Well, it is a long video. Hold on here. I think this might be the positions were only created for a novice to follow the game.
Yeah, it is. It's a long video. Yeah.
Just because you're a shooting guard, that don't mean you can jack up three. What were you, Dan? What were you? What were you? Did you have at one point?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so all of that pistol P stuff. Pistol P.
Yeah, Pistol P. Pistol P. Yep. Yeah.
Pistol P.
Yo.
Oh man.
It got personal.
That was the funniest one. Yeah, it got personal. I didn't remember seeing Jalen Rose go back there for a while.
yeah, bro. It got real personal, and that's the thing, man. Once you cross that personal line in a debate, I just feel like you have to. I feel like there's lines. What about you? Do you feel like there's lines, or you feel like everything's on the table?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, there's certain things on the lines, especially if it doesn't have anything to do with the debate. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, Skip mentioning that Tom Brady's better than you, like playing at a high level at a different age. They play totally different positions.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame, man. And then again, where's Skip? We're skipping all this.
Yeah, and I never said that, and I just want the people to kind of know this. Like, I never said that what Skip said didn't ultimately like affect that. I'm just saying it wasn't the start.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the start of it.
Okay.
It just was. It was adding salt to the wound.
Exactly.
Whatever. It made it burn a little bit more. But that shit was already brewing up.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you feel like there'll ever be another Shannon and Skip? Do you feel like that could ever happen, or is that sealed?
I think that's a once in a while thing you get. That's two personalities that you could probably try to mimic. You could probably try to get the Walmart version of, but I don't think you're gonna get that. You have to find, like, it's the right place, right time, right?
Yeah.
That's the talent. So when Skip's gone, whoever you replace him with is got to have that. You got to find a brash individual like him that's going to stand 10 toes in to what he believes, and another guy that's going to offset that.
I agree. It's like an MJ LeBron type of thing. You just don't see it often. You know, when there's chemistry, it's like it's like that one relationship you had. You know, it's like, man, you can date again, you can have a fiance, but you know, it's that one where you're just like, man, it just never hit like that.
Just didn't. Exactly, man.
Yeah, like it's just that, and I feel like they definitely have had something special. I don't know. Do you feel like they'll ever come back? Let me ask you that. Do you feel like they'll ever reunite?
I think that they will.
Okay.
Sorry, something. Well, I don't think that they'll reunite. No.
Okay.
I think that ship has sailed.
Okay.
And I think that they're going to, maybe they might do a podcast together, help each other out.
Yeah.
Maybe they might do something to interact with one another. When it's helping out their brand, but it's just like him and Stephen A. They haven't really done it.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of let that, and part of that's ego. Like
ego, come on. Yeah.
Part of it's ego, but they're on the competing shows.
Exactly. So it's even more. Do you feel like that'll add heat to the fire? Do you feel like that being on competing shows? Do you think that'll kind of really probably bring out jealousy, or what do you think?
No, I don't think so. And him and Stephen A., because they didn't start throwing shots at each other after they got off the show. I think maybe something might have came up that Skip had said something, and they had a little interaction where they talked about being number one, and they said, I don't know, something about along those lines, and it barely was something small, and they never revisited anymore. Yeah. But they'll get together, they'll see each other. They might, after they're retired from the shows, get on a podcast with each other. Yeah. But it's not going to be anytime soon because they're on each other's competitors.
That's crazy. Bro, it's so crazy you just brought that up. I didn't even think about that. But I'm like, they're literally competing now, like on competing shows.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I really I don't know where this leads. I don't know where, the road leads for them both, but I do know that they're both in really good positions to have an impact on sports.
Yeah.
To have an impact on sports. I think it's something that again we'll see in the upcoming future. I'm not really sure how undisputed will pan out. I don't know. I really don't know, man. I know wherever
I
Shannon
don't know either.
I don't know. Wherever Shannon is, I think it's going to flourish. But Skip without Shannon, I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
That's going to be interesting to see. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to get. Skip with Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, and Keyshawn Johnson. It could work, but it's going to take us some time because one's going to talk over the other.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a clip. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch the show yet, but I saw a clip of them all like talk about it. I think Michael Irvin was talking about bringing in like catching the ball with your body and not with your hands.
Yeah,
and and Richard Sherman started talking, and they get up. He starts getting up. He starts getting crazy. Skip's trying to talk. Keyshawn Johnson's just waiting, and then he kind of butts in a little bit. Then he backs out, and it's like they haven't figured out chemistry yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it is.
Yeah,
and it's hard to do when you have 4 people at the table.
4 people, man. 4 people, and that's rare. That was rare to even happen when Shannon was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
just it's just like me and you right now conversating. Like it's hard to tell which one was like. We're trying to be respectful and not talk over each other, and it's
exactly.
Then when you're debating at the same time.
Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah. It could get heated real fast, man. Feelings can get hurt. Things could be said. Questions can go unanswered because there's a lack of time. We're running out of time, so it's really a lot of things, like you said, you have to take into perspective. But I do feel like if all of these guys know what they're talking about, I do feel like if you know what you're talking about, the chemistry can work. If you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out for football. Definitely, it's going to work out for them. Basketball be interesting to see, like for FS1. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I think Keyshawn Johnson knows some bad. I think I heard him and Max Kellerman talk basketball a little bit. So
okay,
it'll be interesting,
man.
Because they had Jay Will on that show too.
Really?
Yeah, Jay Will and Max and Keyshawn Johnson had a show.
Wow. Okay.
On ESPN. Yeah, it was right before First Take.
I think how long ago was this?
When Max still had a job.
Dang, bro. I think I do remember that. A little bit. Yeah. First Take was always what I watched. But yeah, I think I do remember some of that as well. But yeah, like you said, when he had a job, man. It's crazy. I don't even know what's I guess to close out too, man, before we wrap up, what do you think is going to happen with, again, Jalen Rose, Max Kellerman? Do you feel like those guys are going to start their own podcast, or maybe they already have it? I don't know. What do you think?
I know Jalen Rose has something going on. Max, I think, does too.
Okay.
But I mean, as far as on the mass media type of deal, I don't know. I mean, if you're making money, like who was the guy that had on Fox Sports a show with Speak for Yourself? He's from LA.
This was a TV show or like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it was on Fox.
On Fox. Okay. Oh, you're talking about yes, he's right here. What is this? What's this?
So Marcellus Wiley, that's who it is. He was on there with he started out just wanting to do his own thing instead.
Yeah.
He knew that who he was on the show with. The guy didn't play that long in the NFL, but he ended up getting a shot in the booth and took advantage of it and did pretty well. Ocho or something like that. but he went on the show with him, and he kind of knew that he wanted his own show.
Yeah.
So he basically just like, you know what, I'll go off and do my own thing, and does his own podcast and does pretty well with it.
Wow, really?
He's not. He even said, like, you know, I'm not making as much right off the bat, but I see myself making more. I don't have to answer to anybody. I could talk about what I want.
Exactly.
So getting your foot in the door in those shows definitely helps out, but it just depends on like what you do with it afterwards and how you keep yourself relevant.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. If you have that, if you like I said, if you know what you're talking about, you have that charismatic appeal when it comes to being in front of a camera. I feel like you definitely can't take over the show. And again, that's something that I think Skip, Stephen A, and Shannon have. Just speaking about those three main guys, I do feel like they have that charismatic jish with the camera while at the same time knowing they know their stuff. They know their stuff. They do their homework.
Yeah.
They do their homework.
Yeah, they do.
You know, so yeah, man, I'm interested in seeing how this go, man. I'm interested to see, you know, what the dynamics will be, how the chemistry will be for again Stephen A and Shannon, the two big egos, bro. I'm really probably gonna cringe when I see it when it first comes because it's just it's like a bomb. I don't know how I just don't know, but they're both respectful. They're both respectful.
When it ticks, it's gonna talk. So
it's gonna
be
man.
one of those two. So it's gonna boom at any moment. With
yeah. When it tick, it's gonna talk. Bro, I love it, man. I love it, bro. I had to bring you on here, man. I'm not gonna hold you too long, man. Again, I want it to be about 30 minutes, and so it looks like we're around that time now. But again, I wanted to bring you on. I know you wanted to talk about this. Is there anything else you want the viewers to see or know, or any assumptions or speculations you also want to add before we close out?
All right, man. I mean, I think we pretty much touched every base and laid everything out. It's interesting. I'm glad to see some people think the same way because I see these comments get crazy. I mean, like I said, this is all just speculation. The only two that know are those two.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, we don't know what happened on in those prep rooms.
Exactly.
Every day, how it went. Who knows? Maybe they even had celebrated holidays together. We don't know for sure.
That's true.
But
that's true.
They say it happened.
Yeah.
It happened. So
yeah,
just got to go off of what we hear from them. And like I said, his departure didn't look too hostile. It looked a little forced.
It was forced. Definitely forced. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I didn't think that he was like up there shedding tears for the pure like, oh, I owe you everything. Like he got a little too much.
Yeah.
But again, he did give him this opportunity. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I like watching The Untold on Netflix.
Okay.
Like, have you seen the Johnny Manziel Untold Stories yet?
I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, but I've heard about it.
Check it out. You got to check it out.
Untold. Okay.
And then they have the Florida Gators on there.
Really?
The Swamp Kings. Yeah, they got
Swamp Kings. I heard about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's about the Urban Meyer's time at Florida. So when they had all those big time stars, and they touch base on how it all goes, and they dig a little bit. I'm only finished with one episode. I gotta watch the rest, but I'm definitely. It's interesting because you got to think of all the guys that were on. That team. From Tebow, Aaron Hernandez.
Yep.
Cam Newton was there for a little bit. Percy Harvin, Pouncey brothers. Who was the racist dude? Riley Cooper? No. Was he? He played for the Jets.
Yeah, that's Cooper, right?
Yeah, Riley Cooper.
He
was on that team. They won a championship and everything. Like it was just a bunch of misfits of personalities in one locker room.
Yeah. But they made it work.
Yeah, they made it work.
Yeah, man. I was just actually looking at a documentary on Aaron, but that whole story was weird too. That's actually another thing I want to talk about one day. I'm not sure if you ever have time for that, man. But the Aaron Hernandez thing, that whole,
I think it was
weird.
Netflix. Did you watch that Netflix thing they did on him?
I never watched. They did a Netflix series on him? Yo,
watch it. It's a Netflix special on it. Just watch that, and then we'll talk about it.
Let's do it.
I'll get on another time and we'll talk about it.
Let's do it.
That shit was weird.
It was weird, bro.
And it's a lot of things I think the NFL tried to hide after watching that and the way that they, so.
You feel like the NFL was kind of involved in it?
Like, in the sense of trying to clean up their mess on CTE. That's just, again, just what I think. It's just what you see what's presented to you, and you're off to just speculate because nobody really knows. But to me, I feel like the NFL tried to clean up their mess in a certain type of way by having a scapegoat, and you have to watch the series to understand what I'm talking about.
Bro, say no more. Once you mentioned CT, I was actually going to talk about that in my fitness group, but I wanted to correlate that with the sports group. But you just brought up a really good point. I got a few guys I'm gonna bring on who play professional ball. Some of them arena football. I know one of them, he plays for Morehouse College now. But CTE, that's something right there that's not talked about a lot. It's not.
No, it's swept under the rug. I mean, for some, I played high school and college.
Yeah.
I played at a small college, NAIA, and then transitioned to fighting. So it's like
that's even yeah. Bro, that's
different.
It's not talked about. It's not talked, and I'm sure fighters go through CTE.
Oh yeah, man. They have they call it punch.
Yep.
So when you get hit too many times and you've been knocked out a certain amount of times, and you start naturally slurring your words or slow thinking, or just this droopy look on your face. I mean, you can see it from MMA fighters have it.
I see it. Yeah.
There's even guys around the area that or they kind of talk a little shit on them and say they're punch drunk. I'm like, bro, that's nothing to play with, man. That's like CTE.
CTE, yeah.
I mean, I was like, you should not, shouldn't be trying to hit dude in the face like that, but it's just what it is. It's a violent sport. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Absolutely, man. But that's you're opening up a whole nother can right there, because again, I love boxing. I love boxing, and that's a sport right there that I it happens. It had Muhammad Ali. I think his whole cause, people didn't really talk about it, but I believe that definitely resulted in ultimately his demise. I forgot the name of the disease he had, but where he just kept shaking.
Parkinson's disease.
Parkinson. Yep.
Yeah.
Parkinson. Yep. So it really, that touches me, man. His story. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. We got to bring you back on here, man. Again, I'm not gonna hold you. I know it's a weekday, man. You got things you got to do, but I got to get you back on here because you open up a really good can. I really want to go deeper into.
I can talk about this shit for hours, man.
Bro, I know.
Bringing up.
Yeah. Yo, you should be on one of the shows, man. They need to bring you on Undisputed, man, or First.
Nah. I'll be out there getting crazy.
Yo.
I'm not censored enough to be on TV.
The Skip, man. Skip. We here, Skip.
Skip, right here. You need your opposite. I'm right here. Give me a holler.
Exactly.
You can call my agent.
Let's go. I love it, bro. Hey, Gabe, man, it was a pleasure. Again, I should be pushing this out.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Again, this is something that I love doing. I have a Facebook group, man. So even if you want to join the public one, that one's free. And again, I try to circulate the groups and talk about different things every now and then with every group. So definitely, man, would love to have you in the group if you want to join. But if not, man, again, just keep me posted in terms of when you want to come back on. I'll let you know also when I watch the documentary. I want to make sure I watch. You mentioned both. You mentioned two. It was The Untold, and then you also mentioned the Aaron Hernandez Netflix series. Yeah,
if it's still on there. I don't know if it's still on there. It should be, okay. But there's somebody that has it out there. You'll be able
True. Yeah. I'll find it.
I noticed that the other day on my Fire TV. Like, I was like, man, I don't even know if this, like, Netflix doesn't have it, Hulu doesn't have it. But I just looked it up, and some other app had it, so I downloaded it real quick and got it. Got it free with the ads.
Yeah, exactly. But you got the Fire Stick, the jailbroken?
No, it's one of those Fire TVs, and it's got just a bunch of different networks on it.
Okay.
So it's through Amazon. So
nice, man. Nice.
Works out.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Well, bro, I definitely appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for your time. Again, be on the lookout. I'll be posting some of these snippets probably tonight, man, because I love this discussion, the Skip and Shannon discussion. I think a lot of people have their opinions, but all we can do is speculate. Like you said, we don't know. We don't really know what happened. All we can really do is wait and see what comes of this new move that both sides have taken. But I think we definitely are in for a good show on both sides. But I'm definitely looking forward to the first take. Definitely, hands down, man, hands down.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. I'm excited for it. I don't know how it'll go, but it's just like the FS1 stuff, man, with Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just got to see what you get, and hopefully it works out, because I do hope for the best for both of them.
Yeah,
TV,
exactly.
For news sakes. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I love hearing them and the debates they have, and some of them they talk about some crazy stuff, and then some of it I agree with. It's part of looking at different personalities.
Yeah, exactly. You a Brady fan?
What's up?
Are you a Brady fan? Tom Brady fan?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great line there, man.
Okay,
I like Tom Brady, but I'm a Raiders fan, man. So the Tuck rule still hurts.
Yeah.
Still hurts. I hear I was a kid watching that. But,
Yo.
yeah, we've been going through it. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they just signed Josh Jacobs to get him back in, so that was helpful.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo. We're in the most competitive division with all stacked quarterbacks.
Okay. Wow, I haven't followed them, but man, so the Raiders are doing good.
No. I said the division is all stacked quarterbacks.
Oh, the division.
Like,
okay.
Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's with Sean Payton, so he's like a project still. So we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson has to revive his career this year. Otherwise, he's not going to get that money that they paid him. He's going to get cut.
Man, what's going on with him? What's going on with Russell, man? I've been hearing a lot about him.
They said that he was out of shape last year, and
What?
Nathaniel Hackett didn't run a tight ship. So, and Sean Payton went on there and got his analyst shirt on and basically said it was a shit show. Everything was a disaster. They were terrible. This is why, and I'm going to fix it. And then Aaron Rodgers chimed in and said, "You better keep my coach's name out of his mouth."
Messy, bro. And some guy named Trey, right? I think his name is Trey. Trey, they're talking about him now. He's buzzing on ESPN. I forgot his name. But they're talking about his career could possibly be over, I think. Was it Trey Lance?
Trey Lance. Trey Lance. Yeah. He got traded to the Cowboys.
He got traded. Okay.
49ers.
Someone was questioning his career.
Oh, man. Some Cowboys fans I've heard, they're like, man, put him in instead of Dak.
Really?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Shit, Dak throws as many picks as he does touchdowns.
Yo. But again, maybe it was a necessary trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might set him up to be in a different system.
Yeah,
because he still has playmakers, and Dallas has some good playmakers.
Some good playmakers. Yeah. Again, I think it's all about
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. The chemistry, man.
All those boys.
The chemistry. We got, again, seeing how it is, man. When you're moving from a different team, from one team to another, it's all about chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It's all about chemistry. There's no I in team. But, bro, again, man, thank you so much, man. I'm not going to hold you, man. But, again, you definitely got to come back on. I'm going to run it up. I'll definitely, again, keep you tagged and posted in all the things that I post. And, man, we can go from there.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Bro, you already know, man. Thank you again, bro. And make sure you have a great, safe week, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Stay blessed.
You too, bro.